many hours a day do you spend on your phone? How many hours of it would you say you spend it on social media? School, work. We're currently living in a world where technology is at its peak in terms of convenience. We can order our groceries online, pay our bills over a tap of a screen, and even talk to AI if you're bored. The thing is, right, with all these advancements that are being made, we're also starting to absorb ourselves in the content we consume online. And I'm here today to address the issues of identity on social media and how this regresses femininity. Do any of you recognize this character? Please raise your hand if you do. And to those of you who aren't familiar with her, let me tell you who she is. Maddie. She's an icon, she's a role model, she is the moment. But she's also a controversial character, and yet many young girls seem to worship her, as if she's some sort of goddess. And in the early ages of teenhood, this search for self-identity inevitably finds its way through a maze in the digital world. Maddie, with her iconic status, transforms into more than just a character. She becomes a symbol of rebellion against societal norms, a symbol of empowerment, a symbol of individuality that paradoxically puts younger girls into a subculture of some sort. So, once more, please raise your hand if you've ever felt like you don't fit in. Raise your hand again if you also felt like you had to stand out. This is all a very normal part of our lives. I believe we all go through this little pursuit of self-discovery. What makes it more complicated is that the social media metrics we tend to rely on amplifies this duality. Yes, it's a delicate balance, one that's hard to maintain and where you're constantly peer pressured to be up to trend, to be like them. And in this era where everyone is a creator and a consumer, the pressure to conform to these set norms while maintaining individuality can become overwhelming, especially for teenagers. But here's the thing. The allure of characters like Maddie or even those femme fatale playlists on YouTube runs deeper than surface-level aesthetics. These things tend to often embody a sense of rebellion, nonconformity, and a rejection of traditional social roles. And even you may find yourself in a situation where you felt a strong liking to a character you knew was bad. However, I believe that the real danger lies in the misinterpretation and glorification of these characters. While they may represent a form of empowerment through independence, they also romanticize destructive behavior. It's this line where you're expressing individuality and promoting harmful ideals. It makes it become blurred. And this celebration of dark femininity and female hysteria may send a message that embracing instability and victimhood is a valid form of being a woman of empowerment. Plus, the focus on characters like these often overshadows positive role models who do navigate challenges while seeking mental health and well-being. By focusing on characters like Fleabag or Pearl, who are both characters of self-destruct, young girls might miss out on recognizing the strength and resilience in characters who do prioritize self-care and seek help when needed. This brings me back to the whole be one or be everyone thing. Because a lot of people are leaning towards envisioning themselves as this broken character, they find both comfort of feeling included, all the while feeling different at the same time. And I believe it's crucial to foster a narrative that encourages girls to explore their identities without glorifying these self-destructive behaviors. But the responsibility doesn't only lie with media creators, but also with the consumers and influencers who shape these narratives on platforms like TikTok or Tumblr. The perfect example of this is Lolita. Humbert and Dolores, aka Lolita, are stepfather and daughter, tangled together in this forbidden relationship. Due to the unreliable narration of the book, it now serves as a beacon of youthful desirability and no longer a victim of grooming. What's alarming is that people started to romanticize this relationship to the point where they started to call this anomaly an empowering movement for girls. You know, we're even starting to make a living out of it, monetizing ourselves when ironically, at the same time, telling ourselves we aren't meant to be objectified. And if this is not regressive femininity, I don't know what is. Don't get me wrong, social media has its perks too. However, I stand here not to bash the internet, but to express a concern. We're reaching a tipping point where the negatives are overshadowing the positives. And to address this, I'm seizing this moment to share my thoughts, hoping that it sparks a positive change. Today, there's this complex duality. While the historical strides of feminism aimed at securing equal rights for women, we're witnessing a concerning trend in our current digital space with what some might term toxic femininity. It's this paradox where, in the pursuit of empowerment, some women inadvertently adopt behaviors that counteract the very essence of what they've been fighting for. Extreme messages like women saying they don't need men for anything contribute to a distorted perception of gender dynamics. What's concerning is that social media, with its influence, plays a significant role in perpetuating these harmful behaviors, which leaves women with uncertainties about their identities. And to address this, we need a recalibration of role models. Now imagine if we promoted social media with content that emphasizes collaboration, understanding, and shared responsibilities between both genders. Real, honest conversations about the complexities of modern womanhood could help break down stereotypes and foster a more inclusive and empathetic perspective. It's all about finding a narrative that values both empowerment and accountability so that women can navigate these identities without glorifying or romanticizing these harmful behaviors. So how do we do that? Break the cycle. It's not as easy as it sounds, but we can always start by collectively taking examples of positive role models and expressing valuable narratives by choosing the right behaviors, sharing the right content, and valuing ourselves. We can all start by collectively taking responsibility of this in shaping the younger generation's minds. And to address this, I believe that I think that society is like a vast canvas, right? We have this blank space, and it's filled with different colors and images. So imagine older women as seasoned artists, adding strokes to this canvas. And us, young girls, as apprentices, eagerly watching and learning from these artists. If the strokes are filled with toxic cues or portray broken images, that's what's going to get imprinted on the younger generation's minds. The solution? We all need to become responsible artists by being mindful of the narratives we share and using strength, empowerment, and accountability. We can start shaping and influencing the younger generation, fostering a more healthy and constructive view on womanhood. Thank you.